Good morning to you. It's 6 o'clock. We're looking at the streets of downtown Indianapolis. Not seeing too much movement on those leaves there, so not really a windy start, but it is cool to start. We're used to that by now. We're transitioning to fall slowly but surely, not complaining about that. These nice, cool and crisp mornings and then beautiful afternoons. I've enjoyed that the last week or so.
It has been great. We've been so fortunate with that weather here, and we'd like to welcome you in here at 6 o'clock on your Wednesday. Just a reminder where we are in this work week day because of the holiday, but great weather. And I also notice after such a hot week or summer that we've had, that the humidity, when there is no humidity.
And I haven't noticed the humidity, so that's probably why, because it's kind of taken a break from us for a little bit.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Finally. Thank goodness, right? But things are kind of getting a little dry. I haven't had to mow in about 3 weeks.
Ooh, good for you.
Me neither. Apartments, they don't care.
They got a handle for you. That's the way to do it. But our cameraman had Patrick. He was showing you some of the plants for a second. You probably have had to water a couple plants.
I have.
You get some free water tonight.
Nice.
How about that?
Okay.
As we're sleeping. Good sleeping weather. Do you guys sleep better when the rain is?
Sleep anytime.
They say anytime,
matter.
anywhere, anytime.
Cool and dark place, I'm fine.
Well, Indianapolis is a cool and dark place right now, but we'll get the sun up here, 7:14 official sunrise time. But we'll get first light here in just a few moments. But it's a nice, cool, comfortable start out there across central Indiana. We're waking up to 58 degrees in Indianapolis. You get outside of Indy, we're a touch cooler than that. You go north of Indy, for the most part, we're still in the 50s, but we could briefly drop to upper 40s in Marion and Tipton. We'll have to see Kokomo included in that as well. 51 right now in Lebanon, 47. We've done the 40s in Montgomery County. And good morning in Noblesville, the Millers, we're sitting at 50 degrees. So closer to Indy, we're sitting at 58. You get outside the Beltway, we're down to the low 50s right now in Carmel and Fishers, 53 in Newcastle. We're down to 49 for the Eagles in Zionsville, 57 in Greenwood. Good morning in beautiful Wayne counties, 53 and 59 reporting in Seymour, 58. Not a bad start this morning at all in Bedford. A lot of sunshine's headed your way today. In fact, a really summery day is going to be here as temperatures get into the 80s. It's later this evening and really overnight tonight. A cold front comes in, clouds increase, and rain showers come in as well. So coming up, we're going to time out when you'll see the arrival time of some rain and how much rain you can expect. But nice quiet start out there this morning, Lindsay. But how's I-70 looking out towards the west?
Yeah, we're going to head out to the Monrovia area where we are getting reports of a crash in the westbound direction. So this is actually in between a couple of our NDOT cameras. This is the closest one, and I believe it's kind of right here in the far distance along I-70. These are the westbound lanes right here. This is the exit off at State Road 39. That's that Monrovia exit. So this is traffic inbound. That's traffic leaving the city. So this is where I believe the incident is. And it is causing some slow travel out there on the far west side of town. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Perhaps they'll move some cameras around. We'll get a better view of what's going on. But there is a little bit of a backup that has developed there. Also coming into the city, we've got some brake lights approaching the South Split. Not a major delay here, but we are looking at a 2-minute slowdown from Southport Road to the South Split on 65 North.
Well, our top story this morning, IMPD is investigating 3 shootings back-to-back, really, within hours. The latest is a double shooting on the Far East Side.
Yeah, in fact, this is still developing here this morning. Metro Police telling us 2 people were shot near East 10th Street and East Washington Street in an apartment complex there. Anna Chucker has been gathering information from this scene. And Anna, what can you tell us?
Police tell us this morning that suspect in that double shooting still on the run this morning. Ladies, they are trying to find that person or persons involved in this. It was an active scene for a few hours, but we moved away from there since that police activity did die down a little bit. So I want to take you back to that apartment complex on Bellhaven Place on the Far East Side, where they say this happened. Police say around 2:20 this morning. Someone called 911 after hearing a handful of shots going off and then saw a white car drive away. And dispatch say they got another call shortly after for 2 people shot. When police got to that apartment complex, they found those 2, a man and woman, both 20 years old. They were taken to the hospital at last check. They were in stable condition. And like we said, the suspect is still on the run this morning. Police believe this was a targeted shooting since only bullet holes investigators found were through one window, and now they're asking for the people in that area for help in this investigation.
I always tell people a little bit helps. Right now, this is a 500-piece puzzle. We've got about 7 pieces put together. But when you put together the cameras and the witnesses and the victim statements, things like that, you can really time it out, and in a day or two, you got 400 pieces of your puzzle figured out. So that's what the detectives need, is any kind of help.
If you have any information or any video footage you can give to police, are asking to give them a call. Now, like you mentioned, this is just one of 3 shootings that happened overnight where 6 people were shot. Coming up at 6:30, we'll have that reaction and the frustration from police as they're investigating all of these scenes from a violent night in the city.
Disheartening to hear, but we'll walk our viewers through that in just a minute. Thank you, Anna.
Yeah, because as we have noted here, that was just one of several shootings that they're investigating right here this morning.
So we know about 2 other shootings from last night. The first near MLK and West 16th Street took a man's life. And here on the map, you see we've indicated the east side there near North Sherman Drive and East 34th Street, another shooting where 3 people were hurt.
And just before 10 last night, IMPD also responded to a scene at MLK. They found a man there shot and dead already inside a vehicle at this scene.
And police say so far they've not found any suspects or witnesses. Less than 20 minutes later, police were called to Denny Street. This is near 34th and Sherman Drive, and they found 2 victims outside. They believe there was a 3rd victim also shot outside, but that they eventually ran into a house for cover.
Yeah, so police were talking to witnesses. They told them there were possibly 3 suspects firing shots and then running from the scene. So that's some witness information. But they say whoever the shooter is still out there this morning. So as you heard officers say, they're frustrated, obviously, but they're hoping that maybe there is some bit of information out there. Maybe you saw something, or maybe you have cameras that could help solve these cases. So you can call IMPD or Crime Stoppers at 262-TIPS. New developments this morning in a story we've been following. The Marion County Coroner now has the tough job of figuring out if remains found on Monday night at Brookside Park are that of a fetus or a baby that died after birth.
And right now, investigators believe that there is a mom out there that is likely in need of some medical attention and some serious help. So Marina Silva has been following the latest, and it sounds like police are urgently searching for that mother and concerned for her. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. Police tell us they're very worried about mom. They believe that she could be in dire need of medical attention or even in danger. So right now, the Marion County Coroner believes the remains were at least 30 weeks gestational. That means mom was in her last trimester of pregnancy. The remains were found on Monday at Brookside Park. That's on the Near East Side, and that's very close to Oaks Academy. Police say a group of people found the remains Monday afternoon. The Marion County Coroner told us they don't see any signs of trauma that would have caused the death. The coroner also said the tests are going on, and they're very complex and require several types of examinations before we're really going to know anything. Now, this is a case that's weighing on a lot of hearts of a lot of people in the community.
Our hearts go out to everybody that's been impacted by this, the first responders, the people that called the police, the mother who felt that she had no other option. I mean, this is definitely a heartbreaking incident.
So medical experts actually say that a baby born at 30 weeks does have a high survival rate with medical care. So this makes it even more heartbreaking and difficult for both the coroner and the investigators working this case. Of course, this is a case that we're going to continue to follow, and we'll send it back to you, ladies.
All right. Thank you, Aunt Marina.
Well, Colorado just has denied, the state of Colorado has just denied a request to change the bond amount for a husband charged with the murder of an Indiana woman.
So investigators now say that Barry Morphew killed his wife Suzanne and buried her in a shallow grave. Yesterday, a judge refused to reduce Morphew's bond from $3 million to $300,000. The judge did change it, though, to a surety bond. So what that means is that Morphew could be released if a bail company is willing to back that full $3 million.
The judge pointed to Morphew's history of moving between states and using several addresses, indicating Morphew is a flight risk. Suzanne Morphew disappeared on Mother's Day from her home in Colorado in 2020. Authorities later found her remain more than 3 years later, not far from her location.
Well, prosecutors believe that her husband killed her, citing new evidence that they say ties him to a tranquilizer that was found in Suzanne's system. he's always maintained his innocence. We have talked so much about redistricting in the last month or so, and right now a new version of Indiana's potential congressional map has been making its rounds on social media.
Yeah, so we have talked about redistricting a lot in recent weeks. And remember when Vice President Vance actually came here to Indiana, we weren't allowed in that meeting, but there was a lot of report that that was certainly the topic. And we are told that this map was not created by Indiana Republicans.
Well, Republican State Representative Ed Clear says that he won't be voting for any new maps under any circumstances. Take a listen.
It's unfortunate that we're here, but I'm not going to back away from my position or from making my position known. And my constituents deserve that. They deserve to know where I stand.
So in light of some of these maps that are circulating now, Democrats say that they are ready to file lawsuits if new maps are drawn. They accuse the Trump administration of a power grab in an attempt to keep a House majority next year.
Now, Governor Mike Braun has said repeatedly he is undecided and calling a special session for this matter. He didn't respond yesterday to our request for comment. Hey, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Julia. It's been a while since we've had some rain. We're going to get some scattered showers overnight tonight. Most of the day looks dry today. Coming up, we're going to time out when you could see some of the first waves of rain move in to where you live. Julia.
Thank you, Matt. Some of the women accusing Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell are now talking to Congress, what they hope will come out of this round of hearings.
And 13 News is teaming up with the Red Cross for a very important message to save lives. How our Knock Out the Need blood drive is meeting a critical need, and we're going to tell you all about it coming up.